have a stream here? Do we have video? We do have video. Have a stream here. And we have audio. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special Benda speedrun stream here. I am making a game, and I'm just going to talk while I work on it. And this will be the exciting content for the channel. So let me show you what I'm working on right now. This kind of sucks, but it's what's in progress. This is Game Maker Studio 1.4 because I'm OG. Okay, and so text boxes we just did with wrapping text and arrays and all that stuff. What I'm working on right now, what I was working on was the little box you see when you come to a new item. This looks terrible, looks awful, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress. So what's next? Okay. I wanted to take a break from working on this because it looks bad. And I've been working on it for a while now. I am going to just run through the game so far. So we're outside this building. Oh no, the zombies. So there's sort of an issue right now, which is that we have this arcade-style gameplay, and like I'm kind of like mixing inspiration here. I don't know how effective it is. Like, is the game a dungeon crawler, or is it that's kind of the question I have to answer for myself. The gameplay is fun, but if I want to do, you know, a dungeon crawl roguelike thing, I'm gonna have to change stuff. You can see the levels are designed to be very fast-paced, arcadey, and I want to go with this direction, up that even more, so it's kind of helly. Notice all the enemies' death sprite right now is so this is an interesting room. This is me testing out a new idea. If I want to take the game in a more roguelike-y, less arcadey direction, this is one of my thoughts for doing it. You'll see this guy. This sprite is from Game Maker 6. Big props if you recognize that. We've got these guys up here. These are camera controls, which will be hidden in the long term, but are visible for now. So you touch that and the camera changes. This one changes it to focus on this guy here. This one makes it free camera, so it follows the player. And once you come here, it focuses on the room, and that doesn't work yet. When you die, it doesn't zoom back unless you're on free camera. Okay. You can see you're in the room, and the camera fixes to this point. So that's so that if you're coming in, you're not getting attacked, and you can't see the people off screen. Plus, it's kind of cool and cinematic, I think. Okay, so you can see the camera's going to change here. To these guys. Cool little thing. Door. Uh-oh. These guys, there was a camera movement there, but it's not really necessary. There's one over here. Focus on this, this staircase here. This is going to just try and put me through a wall because the chest spawns in the center of the room, and in this case, the center of the room is not reachable. This staircase doesn't work yet. So that's all we have so far. The question kind of is where to take it. Just keep adding enemies and do more arcade-style gameplay. Or kind of go this direction, mix and matchy sort of thing. Have like, you know, items and upgrades scattered around. Have this be in a hello. Have this be in a slightly less obvious place. Maybe replace this guy with that. The other thing I want to do is The zombies, I think, are great the way they come in before, like you come in the room and you don't see them, and then they come in on an interval, or when you get close to them. I want to do that with the other guys as well. It's kind of a cool intro to the room, and a little bit of motion helps the player identify what they're about to be up against. My sprites are a bit of a mess here. What I did with the zombie, where is he? Where is he? Eagle-eyed viewers, where is it? Zombie. What I did with zombie was I started with this idle sprite, and nope, that's dead. Zombie climb. I said I need to just reach that sprite, so I say, okay, here's blank when you come in the room. Here's a little bit of dirt moving, some more dirt. Suddenly a hand pops out, 2 hands, he comes, then he turns his head so that we'll match the sprite as it comes, and then finally he ends up in the same pose as he is in his combat sprite. This whole sprite pack is an Oryx sprite pack, but there's not a lot to work with from it. Like I added these bookcases, added the doors. The door looks better than this. It's just stretched to fit that amount of space. Here's the door. What a nice door. And there's also the door that opens. This is another little Ben original animation here. Wow. Right, so first of all, let's, oops, I did not want to do that. Let's go ahead and delete that. Group, skeleton, warrior. There's the skeleton sorcerer, I'll make a group for him as well. Eventually everyone is going to have at least 3 sprites, so it'll make sense to have groups for everybody, and then subgroups. A group for enemies, and then subgroups for the individual enemies. Okay, there's the skeleton warrior. Let me check my YouTube stream to see if my mobs of adoring fans are saying anything. No, you guys are super quiet in the chat over here. Thank you for the average view duration of 50 seconds. I appreciate you. I love you all. Okay, so they're going to start on move, so I was thinking of doing something like dry bones in Mario, where bones kind of come together. Let's do a really ugly transparency color of green. Okay, that's a little easier to see. I'm going to work in reverse so that his bones kind of fall apart and his shield falls on the floor. And we'll onion skin just a little bit. So we'll do like his sword. I guess his sword will, well, no, it's not falling. It's going to look like he's picking it up. Or maybe it's kind of magic and it does fly into his hand. So let's go with that. And one thing to be conscious with is all of these 1 unit things are actually 4 units. You know, this will just be less work for myself if I divide this by 4, because everything is actually 10 pixels. I just stretched it. Oops, that's not right. Is it 10 pixels or is it 20 pixels? Must be 20 pixels, because that clearly was not correct. Yep, I'm stupid. Right, because it's not 4, it's 4 in a square, it's 2 across. Okay. So we'll have sword fall, but his hand will stay here. I think the handle is probably too long. Shield will fall. Have it going like that way. And you'll see his arm kind of grabbing it. I guess his whole body should fall at once. Maybe his legs will kind of buckle out from under him. Though really this is happening in reverse. This one I'll keep like this. And then we'll just have this come down one. Okay, it's gonna look like he's kind of squatting. Yep, that's good. Good, relatively speaking. It looks pretty stupid right now. Okay, backwards again. Not do just one. Oh, right, because backwards is the same right now. Okay, so we'll have the shield. We'll move this over one in part because it should be falling down, and in part because I'm not very good and it's going to be a little easier to work with. If we move it up like this, it's going to look like it's rotating, and we can kind of skew it to the side. Does that still look like it's falling though? Yes, it does. We'll skew it in the next iteration. Everything's going to kind of go flat. This might get a little longer. It'll go down one. This will go down one. I think this leg is going to get even a little flatter. It's going to just be looking like a total mess right now. It's not going to look so much like a skeleton as just a kind of a blob. Of the sword fall out one from here. Like that, and we'll kind of... That doesn't really look like a sword, does it? It's fine. Good enough for government work. That. Maybe we'll have his head kind of tilting back. So few pixels to work with here. I just made it the same. Right, so what I want to do is make it a little bigger this way. A little smaller that way. No, that's not right. Did I mention I'm not an artist? Like that? Sort of. Yeah, almost. Almost. No, let's work with it. We can edit it later. Let's get rid of the onion skin for a sec. Yeah, that's nice. And we want this to actually rotate here. Not too much, but just a little. It's kind of losing its shape a bit. One, two, boom. Kind of looks like his sword is just getting longer in this frame. I should just move the arm down, maybe. Yeah, I don't know why I don't just do that. Makes it a bit cutlassy, though. Why don't we just put that? No, that doesn't look good either. Oh, actually, it looks bad. There. Boom. Perfect. Yeah. Falling out of his hand. Okay. It's good. Bones all falling apart. Did I move the shield? Yes, I did. More. And then more. Let's start with the shield here. And this is going to look like skewed even more. What am I doing? I'm just putting it back where it was. Let's go back and see what we had. We probably want to take off that layer there. Oops. Move that there and that there. Yeah, that looks roundish. Looks like it's growing though. There we go. That might be too much movement in one. Oops, might be too much movement in one frame, but we can always go back and correct that. Okay, so he's pretty much in a state of total collapse in this frame, and we can see where his shadow is here. We'll say that like that is an arm, and this is gonna fall with this. Put that there. We had the head. Which way is it rotating? It's rotating this way. We could have it go back to being like this, or we could, whoops, what have I done? What have I done? Ooh, it's spilling. His shield is spilling. Oh, I lost my changes on it, I think. Okay, if we go for this, I think we want to... Is that the same? No, it's 2. Oh, it is 2. It just looks different. Okay, we'll have the head a little lower, and it looks like it's rotating. Everything is falling in a heap. His head is flying off over here. Gap there to make it look like it's actually a pile. We'll make this a little smaller, and maybe we'll move it down. It looks vaguely headish. And we need to move the sword. It's moving a bit fast, but there's so few pixels, it kind of needs to like bend in an odd way. I think this needs to be like that. Kind of looks like it's the blade is flipping. Okay, so it's actually like this. Sort of. Probably more like that, but we've had the handle be silver both times, so what would be 2? It's a little more show-telly than what it's supposed to be, like a cutlass, I guess. A chicken cutlets. Okay, that's all falling. This wants to be down 1. No, it does. It does. That still doesn't look right. You know what? Maybe as it's falling, it's rotated onto its side. Maybe you can see that. Yeah. Yeah, it's on its other side now, maybe. Yeah. That might be too far down, though. If it's rotating like that, let's put it up 1. This is the most exciting stream in the world. And this could also be his death animation. That would be a bit cheesy to have it be both his death and birth animation. Okay. This comes down. This comes down. This kind of goes like that. And this is just a heap on the floor at this point. I don't know how that looks. It doesn't look great. Needs to be a little lower than that, though. I don't think the perspective there quite makes sense, but this is quite small. Let's flip that around, and I think that'll look a little better. Do that. It just looks like a blob. That's okay. It's kind of supposed to look like a blob. We'll have this kind of go through the shadow a bit. Oh, really, the sword should have a shadow as it's falling, isn't it? And then this is going to totally hit the floor here. I think it's going to be flat because you're looking at it from a different angle. Kind of rotates as it comes up a bit. Yeah. We can, let's kill, no, the shadow, you know, shows height, but it also helps distinguish it on the ground of the stage. So sword doesn't have a shadow here, but it will magically get one here. That might just kind of look like ink falling on the floor. And that might be too puddly. We probably want to erase some of it. And it might, that's not bad. Okay, we need something to transition between frame 2 and 3. Checking for my adoring fans again. Thank you for the 1 view. Appreciate it. Love you. Okay. Bit hard to see from here. It's quite small. Let's just zoom in and do it from here. Really, we want to see it backwards. So he's coming up from nothing. If his sword has a shadow, his shield should have a shadow too. It'll develop one like here, I think. And that's also going to serve to kind of show the perspective. Okay. We need to reverse that. How do I do that? Oh, yeah. Animation, reverse. Okay. Now we're going to have it so when the room starts, he becomes that. Or he starts as that and becomes his normal sprite. Enemy, swordsman. This might look like crap. We shall see. Skeleton warrior. Assemble. And animation end. This is not equal skeleton. Move R. Okay, yeah, so that's for his attack animation ending. Actually, that will do the same thing for this animation. That's just going to have it so that at the end of any animation, he becomes his normal animation. So let's have a look at that in game. IG. Instagram. Here we go. These guys. Need to kill these guys. Ooh, no, that's rough. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, this sprite size is just horribly wrong because I forgot to scale it. He looks like a tiny little guy. And he shouldn't move while he has that animation. Okay, so let's fix both of those things. I was thinking, like, wow, this is really hard to see. I wonder why this looks so small, because it's half size. Transform, stretch, 40-40, beautiful. Up we go. That's not bad. If we slow it down, it'll be a little easier to see. Yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay. I have low standards. So we'll add, okay, this we don't need actually. If not, AI do nothing. And index does not equal skeleton. Assemble, skeletons, assemble. so he won't do his A if he has that sprite. Yeah, look at that. That should probably be a little faster. Shield doesn't really look like a shield while it's on the ground. I was trying to get perspective, but there's so little perspective in here. Plus with the sword looks so good. The way it spins when it comes up, that really came across. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. I'm so happy with how this came out. The shield on the ground just needs like a more shieldy look. This game is cool. I'm so happy with how this is coming along so far. Well, I mean, minus the fact that this game doesn't really have an identity yet. Alright, let's get out of here. So what's his usual image speed? New destination. Don't know where that's defined. It's defined someplace else for everybody. Not A, do nothing, speed. Object player, will this be in show info? Image speed, so that's in collision with object player. Image speed equals 0.5. So the only place where it gets set is in the, oh no, there's another one. Voila. Let's see, so for, this is the create event, so it's 0.3. Mission end. And then we'll make this like point. Did I say it was too fast or too slow? I can't remember. Let's have a look. As much as I like to gaze upon every frame, it's really just to highlight what's in the room. And it should make a sound, make like a skeleton-y crumbling sound. Please make a coming out of the ground noise. Okay, we still need to change his little. I could even go a little faster with that. Let's try 0.5. That might be too fast. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Edit Espirito. This is the tricky bit. I'm violating my rules now that I'm in a larger size. There's, see, with that would go there-ish to try and make it look like a circular perspective. Right? No. Go there, there, there. I have no idea. That's an improvement, at least, I think. Okay, let's find a sound for him, because sound just adds so much to a game. Not sure what the best way to do this to avoid doxing myself is, because I don't think I can avoid, I don't think I can open up my sound directory without showing my name. I guess we won't have a sound for right now. Okay, that'll be fine, as much as I would like to have one. It's funny seeing them all start like that now. Let's have an animation for them as well coming in. I think the the sorcerer guys are okay without having a little intro animation, because they kind of have their little animation already, kind of intentional. This is good also because it's kind of like an introduction to him. The second stage starts with just one of them, so you get used to having the little guys. And then we've got sharing my game design secrets over here. We've got 4 of these guys, they've already been introduced. We have some of these guys up here, blocked by these guys, these of course. And this guy is introducing a new enemy. He's not going to be overwhelming because he can't really do anything from over there. He's not in a position to really affect the gameplay of the stage, but you get to see him in the corner. I think I'll have him do like a little spinning dance. Those are so irritating to animate, but I will do it anyway because why not? SPR Wizard Dance. I did this with the Onis in Tea Time Samurai. I mean, what? Who said that? Maybe we have this one, or do we do this one? I think he starts with the pole like in front of him, blocking his face. Unless we have him like spin around the pole, but perspective, that's going to be kind of tricky. Okay. Starting here. Well, we're going to end there. He's going to start. Okay, I'm in double vision again. Let's do half this size. Yes. It's fancy. That's 20 for you non-German speakers like myself. Okay, so let's okay, that'll be fine as long as we remember like what he looks like. Here's the 2-frame animations that come with it. This is Staying Alive, as presented by the Red Wizard. Okay. Oh, they're so small now. That's what she said. Okay, so actually, I think that's wrong. No. Yes. No. Okay, so he's rotating. He's like facing front now, so he's got this little hood thing here. He's going to be like slightly more this way, I think. And then this comes like that. And then we see this other side of his face. Yeah. He's gotten a bit too wide now, though. Oops. This, we'll erase this and move this in. That makes sense perspectively, I think. Oop, now he's narrow. It's like down here that he looks quite wide. Right, he needs that to, yeah, that makes more sense because his arm is pointing in, but it would jut out a bit like that. Okay. His pole in this position would probably actually be out like this, unless he's just totally pivoting off the pole. Let's do this, because this one right now is basically just this. So his thing would be just like one more in, I think. Right? Boom, boom. Yeah, now he's too narrow. He's definitely too narrow. Ah! This is supposed to be the middle one. Right, this would be... His arms are really high, proportionate to where his face is. Let's move that up here. No, because he's supposed to be facing forwards. I think he's just going to be really narrow. Okay, I think he's just narrow. That's okay. That's a big shift, though. We need a frame in between those two. Otherwise, this could just be a 2-frame animation here. Okay, boom. And where he's not quite as narrow, let's move this in one. Maybe we just move his arm in, or just move his hood in. Or no, we move his face in. Now, it looks like he's just looking the other direction. But if he was rotating this way, it would be like that. Okay, but we want his whole body to be shifting, so that moves as well. Okay, his arm would come in. 1, 2. Okay, we've got a funny staying alive effect here. You can tell. I think was I editing the wrong one? Yes, I was editing the wrong one. Okay, so that there. We'll have to change that one, but that's okay. Oops, this guy is supposed to have the little thing coming out there. This guy is not. Okay. Frame 1, frame 2. Is the pole in a little bit. His arm is still visible, I think. That's a little high. Yep. Yeah, and that's starting to look rightish. Would this mouth thing be that long? And this one, I might have actually gone too far with this frame. This is a tricky one. This took me ages in Tea Time Samurai. What? Who said that? So I think he's just gonna have to be wide. He's just a wide fellow. Yeah, and that kind of makes sense too, because he is rotating the other direction. I don't know why he's jumping all around though. I think we delete frame 3. Frame 3 is pretty screwed up. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. His shoulder's going to disappear in this frame. His arm moves this way. This goes away. We keep this. This moves over here. That goes away. Now he's facing sideways and he's got a huge ass. Okay, his belt shows here. Oh, his little thing, because he's got the little like robe thing that comes to the side. And this can be visible here. Looks like somebody from Among Us. This isn't right. Okay. Okay, that's starting to look right. There's something wrong with his head. Okay, that part comes up there. And I think, yeah, that's it. And his lower back isn't like that. He comes up like that. Is there... Oh, it comes at an angle like that. He's just one too long here. That still looks weird. What's wrong? What have I done? Is it just that he has an arm, or is he too thick? Or is he not thick? He's not thick enough. Though he's mid-rotation, so maybe he gets thicker in the next frame. Should he have some arm showing from the back now? Is he like swinging his arm backwards? Looks like he's just going wee there. That's too much. What is the issue exactly? I'm struggling to see it. Is he just too thin maybe? Too much eye? All right, let's keep rotating him and we can come back to it. You know, I thought we fixed his hood there. Am I losing my changes or editing the wrong images? This is possible. Oh, it's his face. He has so much more, like, his head has gotten too high. That's what it is. That's what it is. Look at that. That's a world of difference right there. His head was getting so high. I think it's still, yeah, one too high. Is it? No, that's too low. Now he's shrinking. The amazing shrinking man. Okay, yeah, like I said, we're gonna call that good. Did I save that or did I not save that? I did save that. I keep saying I'm gonna call that good and then I keep looking at it and thinking that's bad. And the large bottom again. Okay. We'll run with that. We can roll with this. Okay. Oops, no. No. Give me your assistance, please. Okay. Do I have his hood upside down? No, I have his hood the right way. This goes like that. This thing moves like that. What phase of rotation is he in? So he's like fully sideways now. Partial sideways, fully sideways. Does he need to rotate much more? That's not necessary, that. I think that's pretty much good for that frame. This might just look really stupid and then I'll just abandon it. Okay, this frame, his arm is here. He's like totally sideways in this frame, so we can't see that. We can see that. Maybe this comes down a little further. No, that's not how the perspective works. And this. Okay. Now what we could do if we wanted to cheat. Maybe we do. All right, we'll do one frame of his arm out to the side. He looks like a demented Teletubby right now. Does he have a hand? Okay, yeah, I've lost his hand on this side. He should have the hand there, I think, right? This just gets so disorienting after you've been working on it for a long time. Put his hand out that way. He's buff there. His hand shouldn't go up so much. Might not be necessary to have it out like that. And he's in like a robe, so he might not be able to move his arm like that. I just wanted to give it some like dimension. His other arm is so high. That doesn't look right. Is that? Well, his arm is stretched upwards, not out like that. So we'll have it be like that. That looks better. That looks a bit less silly. I say as I make the silliest animation anyone's ever made. That jump with that might look strange in the animation, but we're gonna try it. And now we're gonna really cheat here. add reverse. All right, now we look for the frame where it's a double. Okay. Now we just, actually no, we need to, there needs to be an in-between frame where his stick disappears. All right, we can add the in-between frame momentarily. All right. Control Alt M. Oops. Flip. 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 And flip. I need a transition frame on this jump because he just totally flips around here. If he just tucks his arms in. What frame is that though? Yep. Okay, so that's frame 6. Okay, this one here. Flip. Have him tuck his arms in. This looks so bad. Now he's so wide. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's horrible. I can do this, but that looks quite weird as well. This is just too big a jump here. Maybe it's not. Okay. I'd like to actually blow this up and see how that looks. Oops, not resize canvas. Stretch. 40. It looks weird. There's that really odd jump. Let's add a reverse to this. And, yeah. It's in the middle that you get that jump in that frame. It looks pretty good besides that jump, all things considered. Excuse me while I'm just totally mesmerized by my work here. Should have been an artist. Okay, so let's get back into this. He's, you know, what is it? No, okay. I think this frame is just totally wrong. And then he has it tucked in front of him. We need a frame here, 7 to 8. I copied the wrong frame. This frame, it's in front of him. Two of the same frame in the middle. This has gotten kind of screwy. It's screwy because it's so hard to see which frame is which. So frame 8, let's delete. Frame 7, that might be one of the reasons why it was looking so weird, because there were duplicate frames. Yeah, I'm not going to say that's the only reason why it looked so weird. Okay, there's like an odd optical illusion issue here. Okay, this stick is gone. Flip. We need to move this here. And this here. See, it looks like he's starting to face this way. It looks like he's wearing a baseball cap. Maybe if we get rid of his arm in this frame. Get rid of this in this frame. He just turns into a tube in that frame, but that's kind of okay. flip. Let's have a frame. Oops. What have I done? That's my catchphrase tonight. How have I screwed this up now? Okay, so he's there. Stick goes in front of him, his left arm. Okay, his stick should not appear in that frame. Which one is this? Frame 7. Frame 8, his stick should not be there. Copy frame 7. Okay, his stick should be there. His other arm should not be there. That. Oops. Okay. He should have an arm like here, right? Because this is his arm in front of him. Maybe if we put this back here, it would be clearer that it's his other hand. Even though that's a wild jump for his hand to make in that amount of time. He's like flinging this stick around in front of him. I think that's... Doop. Oh my goodness, I think I'm completely looking at this in the wrong perspective. Flips that way. So at this point he should have like that much revealed and then that much. I think he might be pivoting too fast, perhaps. It looks like a baseball cap is why it's so confusing. Okay, and I found the problem. He does a second flip with no eye in the middle of the animation. Does a really fast flip here. Look at that. Flip. No, it's these frames here. His arm goes behind his back here. He's facing this way. His arm is behind him. Now his arm is at his side. This needs to be over. I think this is actually something that I changed before, but I'm re-adding it now. Turning. Ah, this is difficult. I'm at the point where I'm like ready to start again because this has gotten so screwy. What's the frame after that? Okay, let's replace frame 5 with this frame because I think that is screwed up beyond repair at this point. Oops. Put it in the wrong place. There we go. Okay. We go from this. Okay, start. My God, I'm losing my mind. Starts facing kind of to the left, facing directly forwards, facing a little to the right, fully to the right. And now he should be kind of, like his mouth is gone. Pole is over here. That should probably be like that, and that should be like that, and that should be like that. That looks like it's being held behind his back, though. So I think maybe we do jump from here to here, or just have like a gap with a really freaking thin body. All right, what do we do about this? Does he have like a... I think he should have that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Maybe he just throws his arm to the side here. Yeah, I think that's the only way that's going to work. And that, if that's his arm from the other side, that's shown up in this frame. Yep. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and delete the whole second half of the animation and take it from here. He gets a bit thinner as he turns. That's a big jump. All right, deleting everything after frame 5. So that's actually frame 4? No, it's actually frame 6. Is it? No. It's frame 5. No, it's frame 4. Right, because I'm having a crazy off by 1 error here. Okay, yes. Spinning. We need a frame between these two. Okay, I think the hood is really... It's throwing everything off here. Maybe he... Yeah, that would make sense if he had it on both sides. Yeah, that makes more sense. If he had this little lip thing on both sides, if he's facing directly forwards right now. No, but then I have to do that. And that. This has stopped making sense again. Okay, back to frame 1 here. Okay, so we need to get him from here to here. Spin forward, maybe. So if he's facing this way, yeah, he's probably going to have that be like that, not that we can see it. No, I'm going too far. It's tough because it's 1 pixel to work with, and yet you need to articulate that whole frame between here and there. Maybe all that happens in this frame is just that he, like, moves his staff over. And that covers, it kind of covers a lot of ground, actually. That way his staff is in front of his face. That works. That's not perfect, but it definitely works. His stick should probably be here more than there. I think I did that for a reason before, but it's okay. Okay, and in the next frame, he's got to be facing the other way, but with his stick kind of in the center. Yeah, so you can see his body and you can see his stick like halfway around him. You can see his stick like here. Yep, like that. And his other hand is in front of him. His hand, nope. That's quite silly. He would have that though. He wouldn't have an, yes, he would. Aha! His arm just got a lot lower though. So up. I said up we go. Yeah, like that. He's raising his arm as he turns around. His arm is. I keep pressing the wrong direction button and it's confusing. 1, 2. His arm got higher between frames. Okay. Now I think we're at a point where we could actually use a reverse on this. 5, 6, kill 6. Oh, let's undo that. Transform, right, it's Control-Alt-M. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And I think he needs to do that again in reverse because his sprite, I believe, faces the other direction to start with, right? Yeah. So now he's got a full 360 turn. We'll add a reverse to it. This animation needs to go super fast in game. Animate, no, transform, stretch, 40 pixels. Okay, it looks a bit odd. He kind of has a jump in the middle still. I think I screwed up his shadow in a few frames. Honestly, if we put it at like 30 frames, you can barely tell. You can still tell, but who cares? Okay. 2020, let's start him like this. Wizard red, start with the... Where is my wizard? A wizard red, dance, animation end, sprite index equals foe destroyed, sound foot death. Right, this guy is really different AI from everyone else. If sprite index equals SPR wizard dance, sprite index equals SPR wizard red move. Image speed equals 0.3. We'll have image speed here be 1. Super fast. Okay, now the fruit of our labors, we get to see him look terrible in game. Let's have a look. Okay, that needs to be way faster still. You can see him up there. Ooh, what if every time he stopped he did it? Ooh, look at that! That's awesome. But it's so good. Oh my god, it's so dumb. I love it. Oh my god, so stupid. That's movement animation. That's so stupid. You guys are I'm watching the wizard. Oh my god, that's so good. Now what's making him toggle between the two? He stopped toggling, he's done. Oh, he must have not been reaching his animation end. There must have been something that was toggling it. But now he's reached it. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to make his like attack much more lethal than this, or more random than this. So he's doing swirls instead of lines. I need to have it so that once he reaches the end of his path, he does a spin. And only once he finishes the spin does he go on. Because this is so stupid, but I just adore it. It's so dumb. Okay, so what's resetting his... Pause, of course. Okay. So this guy's AI is basically every once in a while he chooses a destination, and if it's not taken, he goes there. Nothing exciting. And he leaves a trail of fire behind him, which should make a sound effect at some point. Okay, sound effects do so much to fill out the world. Just makes it all kind of tangible. Okay, so when he reassigns his location, which gets done here. Well, do I want it to be he spins around as he moves, or he spins around when he chooses a new location? Let's try it where he spins when he chooses a new location. Is it wizard dance? Yep. Okay, and now if sprite index does not equal SPR wizard dance. So if he's not dancing, if he is dancing, don't move. Wait till he finishes dancing. Once he finishes dancing, changes image speed back to 0.3, changes sprite back to just the regular wizard, and start the alarm to choose a new location. Let's see if that works. Spinning. Doing nothing. Okay, clearly something's wrong. Designed to only do their AI once they've been seen or once they've seen the player. I don't think this guy has that training yet. Sprite equals wizard dance, that's animation end. Okay, step, if sprite index does not equal wizard dance, yes. Do we start with wizard dance? Correct. Image speed starts at 1. Okay, once he reaches his destination, it's never... oh no, it doesn't matter if he reaches his destination, it's done by alarm. Dance. Okay, on create, when do we hit alarm 0 on create? We don't. Oh, alarm 0 equals 1. So as soon as he gets created, he hits this alarm. Does he have a sprite check here? Nope. He chooses his destination. Don't need to worry about that. Chooses his destination. Starts dancing. Do I have something else that's resetting his sprite or his image index? Dance. Shouldn't be anything. Image index 0, nothing here. Should be resetting his image index. Animation end. Sprite index equals SPR wizard move. Image speed 3. Change dynamics. Okay, let's create a... Well, we have a test room. Let's move the test room back to being the first room. Let's get rid of this horrid helmet. Forgot to change the transparency back, so it's quite ugly. I apologize. Enemies, wizard red. Let's go. Check for my crowds of adoring fans. Hello, I'm sorry I missed you, Sussy Among Us. I'm sorry the game is so loud. Thank you for coming. That's all. I'm sorry I missed you. Did you see you have a community tab? I did not see I have a community tab. How do I get to said community tab? All right, this is now a part of our stream here. Community tab. I do have a community tab. I don't have anything in my community tab. Do we start a contest? Share an image to start. Oh, caption contest. A text poll. No, it's going to be depressing if no one answers this text poll. Lasagna or baked ziti? Is it one eye? Lasagna, baked ziti. I don't even like pasta. Very dumb poll. All right. Engaging with my community, look at that. All of you people, you get to decide which is better. This is clearly what it's for. Thank you, Sussy Among Us. Sorry for the audio. Sorry, I missed you in the stream. Stay excellent. Okay. And I'm sorry if this is deafeningly loud for everybody. Okay, so he's working fine here. Except for the animation looking pretty janky. Off he goes. Okay, spin, spin, spin. Bye. There needs to be oop, off he goes. If there's no wall, he'll just go anywhere because it's never actually going to be the case that he's in a spot that doesn't have solid objects. The animation is just too ugly. We have to fix it. I can't leave it this way. It's the jump between here and here. We need a center one. Sideways doesn't really look like sideways. Which frame is that? That's this frame. No, it's this frame. You need just one where you can't see the stick at all. Oops, put it in the wrong place. So we have this. Yep, this is the one. No stick. And then the stick appears. Is that enough to... No, it's because he actually moves. He moves so far over. I didn't realize how much he actually moved, and also the shadow under him is probably also hugely affecting this. Okay. I didn't realize that he was so off-center as he was turning, and look at that. What a difference that makes. We'll just move him over here as well. Why didn't any of you guys tell me this was the problem? All my adoring fans. Okay, that's such a huge difference. Oh my goodness, thank you all for bearing with me here. That's what it was. Okay, perfect. It's so stupid. Okay. Let's try speeding up his animation even more for two reasons. One of which is that it doesn't look very good. The other which is his AI is now tied to him turning. Is it the end of his? Yep, Wizard Dance. So he chooses his new location. Do I not set an animation speed? Oh, I set it at the beginning and then it doesn't reset. Let's do 1.5 and 1.5. Let's try that. And I apologize once again for the stream volume. Oh, I can fix that from OBS. Can I? I don't know. Oh, come on. That might be too fast. Come on. Move and... Okay, I'm just going to add freaking walls. Wrong. Testing wall, rock wall. And these guys will automatically choose if they're like a top wall or a side wall, as you will see momentarily. They have two... no, you'll see. To give the illusion of three-dimensionality. Three-dimensionality. Okay, this is better. Now he's not going to go flying out of the room. I think it should be, I think it should just be one spin. I don't think you should do the reverse. Or maybe 2 spins. I don't like the reverse though. And the alarm should be a lot shorter. I think maybe I just ditch the alarm and have it so that once he finishes his animation, he goes and moves again, or at least make the alarm much shorter. Image speed was okay, maybe a little fast. Okay, where is the guy? Windows are not Game Maker's strong suit. Plus I have way too many things open. That's the overlay. We can close that out. Close this out. That's the swordsman. Can close that out. That's room 7. 2, we don't need that. Pickup, we don't need that. Found everything but the wizard. There he is. Your friend and mine. I'm going to be checking the chat more often now. Okay. For all my 3 views here. You got to check in on the poll all the time. See if people are doing the poll. Thank you guys for following this channel. I have not posted content in a long time, and I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate all you naive people subscribing to the channel when you find my Zelda videos, thinking surely new Zelda videos are to come. I appreciate your belief in me, and I wish that I had the time to make more Zelda videos because they're by far my most popular videos and the videos I probably have the most fun making. But I just don't have much time in my life anymore. I'm an adult now, and I have to do adult things, unfortunately. Next time I'm unemployed, believe me, we will have videos. Videos galore. Last time, all the Majora's Mask videos came out because I was unemployed. Okay, what were we doing? Fixing things. Animation end, max. Change dir speed. Let's bring down his change dir speed. I like the way you do that right change dir speed, right dir speed. Okay, right now that's 3 seconds. We'll change that to like a second and a half. 45 is a second and a half. Okay, and we were also going to change the sprite. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Need to be careful and figure out where the flip finishes. Okay, I think this is where he finishes. That's a bit of a jump, isn't it? Whatever. I'm not going to fight it at this point. Okay, flipping, 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 flipping. Flipping, 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 flipping. And I don't know why I didn't think of this, but we can just flip the whole sprite, and then he ends up facing the right side. I'm silly. Now it's making me a little dizzy to watch. I'm so glad I found that little jump in the animation. That was driving me nuts. Yep, that's me testing text boxes. Now the animation's a little short. Maybe not add a reverse, but have it loop so he spins multiple times. But he doesn't end where he begins. Does that mean he's only doing like a 180-degree turn? Not really paying attention to my own design here. Yep, so he only goes halfway around. Yeah, because he's starting on a side and then he comes to the other side. It like didn't even occur to me. I could. I don't want to animate it so that he keeps turning though. I guess if I. No, he's doing 360, isn't he? Face right. What happened? Okay, he turns around. I could have sworn we animated 360. I mean, we Sort of, not really. No, not at all. Do I accidentally flip which arm he's holding the staff with? Right arm. Yep. He flips arms as he's going through, doesn't he? Okie dokie. We should fix the shadow at least. Or just bump him over to the right a little bit, because that is still a bit jarring. We'll do both while we're here. Because we can. I'll just make people who like it that way. Yep. In the middle, I guess he just puts it into his other hand. That sort of almost makes sense. Like as he's turning around, he puts it in his other hand. This is not the world's best animation here, I must say. People would take offense with my horrible animation. Okay, this is fine. Do I care enough to do a full 360? If I add a reverse and flip everything, I'm conceptually struggling to conceptualize this. No, because he faces backwards, we don't have him going frontwards. Right? We sort of do with this? No, it's so confusing because I did such a poor job with the perspective. He sort of does. Really, his arm should have gone in front of his face. His arm should have been centered. I guess it is centered. This frame, this should really be like this, right? Yep. And that would make more sense. Depending on how he's holding it here. Oh, let's see, does that... This is so fast, I can't even tell. If we, like, add... We probably don't need to loop the entire thing. No. Okay, let's just add some darn frames. This way, and then that. Front. And that way. He's spinning in this direction. Oh, let's just reverse the damn animation. Now that we have the little jump fixed, maybe it'll look a little better. Is this the double frame? Yes. It's gonna look pretty weird if we... Okay, we gotta kill the double frame. This frame... I keep pressing the wrong way and getting confused. You could call me a one-trick pony, but that would mean that I have the capabilities of a pony. Go one-trick squirrel. Squirrels don't really do anything. Okay, how's that look? Weird. Very weird. It looks like a choose your character screen where it's like trying to be cool and have like a glitch. Is that better? Yes, much better. Yes, so much better. Okay. There's still a slight issue here. Yes, very much here. Or no, there's a double frame between 14 and 15. That's probably what's looking weird. Yep, that's a little better. If we speed it up, acceptable. And somehow he's still facing the wrong way. I'm tired. I'm not even registering why this isn't working. Is he still... How does he end up facing the other way? Isn't he spinning that way? So confusing. I'm losing my mind. I am absolutely losing my mind. This looks so bad. All right. Let's have a look at him again. All right, do your thing. So goofy. Do we just call that okay for now? Doesn't need to be perfect. Feeling really conscious of the fact that the audio is too loud here. Let's go to my mixer. Sorry. It's like so low already. What's that? It's half volume. Oh no, I can do this from OBS. What am I thinking? That should be a big improvement. For you lovely people. I'm getting annihilated in here now. Where is even the game? There it is. Let's restart. If I like half the rate of fire, we're in more RPG-ish territory, but I also need to decrease the number of enemies that spawn. Those fireballs not looking great. Those came with the asset pack. Those were not a Bendo Speedruns original. But I think they look bad. These bookshelves are original. Okay, the animation needs to be adjusted a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with it, relatively speaking. Don't know what this room is. Like, every room sort of has some kind of internal consistency to it. I guess this is the bar with these strange pillars in it as well. This room I originally created as a very, like, mazy room. This was connected to here, and there was a door here. But, like, the rate of fire is so crazy that you kind of need a mob of enemies for it to be balanced. And if the rate of fire was less, it would be impossible to fight off these mobs of enemies. We need some health potions in this place, because when you're fighting like multiple waves of enemies, you kind of need that. What I need as well is some kind of controller where if you're not on a specific camera, a room isn't visible. Like, it'd be cool if this came into view only when you were in this camera's view. Be neat, sort of. I love these guys coming out of the ground. I am so happy with that. Oh look, stats. needs to be more centered in the room. Why does it look so different in this room than it does in the other room? Why is the text so much more legible here? Well, I unfortunately still have not built out an inventory system. So that doesn't really do much anymore, or is yet to do very much. Okay, I need to do something about that. Folks, I think I'm going to sign off, but I adore all of you. Thank you for tuning in, all my 4 viewers of this beautiful time we've had together. This has been Ben Does Speedruns. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.